Say it in common. Say it in common.
Okay, ready? Here we go. You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Seth Templin.
Tyrel Merle.
Dustin Foltz.
Yeah, that was smooth. We didn't even rehearse.
Didn't even have to tell who to go where.
No. Anthony will be here in a little bit. Should be here real quick now. I mean, it's been a while. Anyway, this episode, as always, is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull RPG!
Monthly 3D printable miniatures, 5th edition stats, NPC encounters, digital artwork, loot cards, really cool stuff. Check it out at TigerSkullRPG.com. Use our code Commoners30 for 30% off of everything. And not just STL files and 5th edition content. You also get bags, shirts.
Moving on up.
All kinds of stuff.
Or maybe we were always here. Who knows?
Yeah. And then also you can support on Patreon for a low monthly price. Get stuff monthly. So go check it out and get ready for Kickstarter. Relics of Forgotten Sorcery, 52 card loot deck, and spells, 5th edition content. Going to be cool. Thank you, Tiger Skull RPG.
Yep, appreciate it.
And also,
Got an announcement.
yeah, first of all, you can find us also on Instagram and YouTube. Go follow us because we put stuff on there sometimes. We're also streaming the podcast on YouTube now. If you would rather use that than a podcast app, or you know somebody that would. But we got some new content on the way that was a little bit experimental the other day. We're going to be starting.
I can't wait to listen to it. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, it was fun.
How long was the game? How long did it last?
It was a one shot, right?
Yeah, probably 2 hours, a little bit more. So we're going to be doing some one-shots on the side based in Seth's world, Palexia. Going to be called Tales from Palexia. It's just a series of one-shots. We've had, friends, family that kind of want to play. It's hard to squeeze them into this game or the Tiger Skull game, whatever it happens to be. So we're just going to be doing some one-shots every now and then. And instead of just making them be random one-shots, they're going to be with a little bit of lore.
Tied in a little bit.
A little bit of history, a little bit of Easter egg stuff for the listeners. So definitely check that out. You can get some little bit of backstory for our campaign a little bit.
The world and maybe some people who inhabit it.
You should have Seth do an opener for it before you post it, AJ, and then that can be the opener for all the Tales of Palexia.
I sent you that thing.
I didn't do it. I thought I could put yours on because we already recorded it once. I could put yours on there, or we could record something different if you wanted to do that. But
yeah, I sent him my little thing that I read when we first started this campaign forever ago, explaining kind of what Palexia was and how it was going downhill and stuff.
So it'll be a little bit of history for Palexia, and then also we're getting in some inexperienced players, and that's always a good time. If you can, when I have inexperienced players, I try to make it pretty easy for them, but also if I know the people, I try to make it something that they would like. And so it was my mom who's played before. Well, they'd all played before, mom, sister, and cousin, but they've obviously never really done a podcast before, and they were a little bit nervous. My mom's been on the Tiger Skull game a couple times, but they didn't really know what to expect. But when we started playing, it was like the mics weren't even there. So
the mics just don't even play a factor. It's fast.
The mics help you stay on task.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why we started it. We were sick of talking about SpongeBob for 45 minutes in between fighting encounters, and we was like, you know what? Let's put some mics. That'd straighten us out.
Yeah, it's like what you hear is a comment here and there was a conversation before.
Yeah.
Has everyone seen SpongeBob? Let's talk about SpongeBob.
Now we come here and talk about SpongeBob.
Yeah.
How many times have we quote Lord of the Rings? Meat's back on the menu, boys.
We say something from Lord of the Rings and something from SpongeBob about every game.
We used to sing Cotton Eye Joe every week or every time that we'd play.
Where'd he come from? Where did he go?
I missed that phase. But definitely check that out when it gets here. I don't know when this will be out. We've got so much content stockpiled right now, which is a good thing. I just have to work on it. So it should be out. It should be the next thing that's out after you hear this podcast.
Yeah, Tyrel, Dustin, if y'all can come up with a one shot kind of based in Palexia or something, I'll play in it for sure or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and we can play too. Like if one or two of us want to play, that'd be great. I mean, depending on how many we need for a party.
Break the world.
Yeah.
I would love to have like AJ or Tyrell or Tate come in and play like an ancestor to one of their current players, like the first Potchard. Not necessarily Quincy, but the Potchard, like, it's like, he, like, I don't know.
Well, that'd be his grandpa, who was already in the campaign for a little bit.
Could be.
That's right. Your grandpa is like from 500 years ago. So, yeah, you could play your grandpa in his adventuring days. That would be risky, because I think they have relevance to the current campaign. Because he was in his master's adventuring party. Yeah.
Solaris.
Okay, when this campaign's all over, you can be Solaris. You're your grandpa. Tate will just be someone.
I want to write a book or a short story about Solaris, Quincy the First, and Evan Lynn.
So they were a legit adventuring party.
Well, I would love to.
Tate can be Evelyn.
I'd love to set it in the time when the world broke and fell and everything took place. Like,
That would be sick.
It would be cool.
Do you have an idea of what happened? Like, do you know exactly what
I know
happened?
exactly what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured you did. I just...
Yeah.
You never know about Seth. He might just be...
No, I've put in some thought to it.
Anyway, so yeah, that'll be out soon. But now to the real deal. Episode 25.
What are we titling it? We've not.
Was
even,
it? No, 26. This will
we
be
have
about
27?
episode 26.
Okay. And we're
So
on
this will be
26.
27 tonight, I think.
I've lost the
confused.
count number. I used to know the count pretty well and keep up with it, but I've lost.
I think
track.
25 was when we got to...
20. Yeah, 25 was one Tate wasn't here for. Right?
Yeah. And now 26 is the one that I haven't put out yet.
Yeah. And if we're wrong on this, AJ will just say it was actually this and just silence this part of the video.
Yeah. Just bleep it out.
There'll be just the Siri voice. 27.
27. One time I did say something about I said something about what episode of Say It in Comment it was. I think I said it was episode 20 and it was actually 21, and in the podcast I bleeped it.
Well, I think the Say It comments aren't as far along as the other ones because the couple got skipped.
Yeah.
And then there was the one where you broke the episode in two parts, but only did one Say It comment for both of them. So.
Yeah. I think this was episode 24 of Say It in Comment, and it'll be episode 27 of the campaign tonight. So anyway.
It was okay. So I've talked to because I talk to my boss about D&D every now and just because we're friends and we talk while we're working sometimes. And I've talked to my girlfriend about it. I walked in that night and I was like, I'd been pumped all week because I knew Tate was gonna have a problem. And I was like, me and Tate are gonna have a big argument. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I walked in here last time we played. I sat down and I was like, that's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. And then AJ just came at me and I was just like, bring it on. And I was ready instantly. I'd already talked myself out of it. I was like, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to do it. I was like, I don't know why I was so excited. And then it all changed when AJ attacked.
I think it came a lot better coming from Quincy and Buck. They're trying to be the voice of reason in the group. But also, I completely see
The thing I slowly began to realize.
Gillard's point of view.
So I just argued with y'all at first just because I was arguing with you. But then I was like, wait, what did I even do? I didn't do any of the stuff that y'all are mad about.
Well, yeah, you did.
I broke a chair, so what?
You were being a jerk. Generally, you threw coins at the dude.
No, did I?
Yeah, you threw a coin at Diggory.
I thought that was
The business fee, remember?
No, was that me?
Yeah.
Okay, then
You threw coins.
I'll make sure I subtract it.
Rask broke everything in there.
I can't.
Rask destroyed property.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough.
But from Quincy's point of view, like, we haven't been out in the world as the Inkling, and I'm like, is this how they behave? Is this what they do? So I think that's what Quincy and Buck had.
Well, no, the Inkling is we have a mission. We need to get it done, and Gillard's point of view was always get from point A to point B. Don't stop along the way. So the thing is I was constantly getting frustrated. Seth's fault. Worst NPCs ever. Every single one of them were horrible to deal with. And it's like, okay, this barkeep's horrible. These boat ladies are horrible. I understand the dock master is the only one I can like level with. And I don't fault Tyrel at all for his attempts to bribe him, because this is a town where people accept bribes. It, in all honesty, should have worked.
That is true.
Tyrel just rolls ones like nobody's business.
There's just a moral with Buck and Quincy, especially like, and even Thren, when there was something. I can't remember what Quincy tried to do at one point, and Thren got on him about it. And I don't remember what it was.
This would have been 25, right? Not last
No, this
episode.
was early. This was back in the day. This was like back in Derry.
Oh, okay.
Now, Buck got on you for...
Buck got on him for trying to steal the books.
What did
But I feel like you...
The gold?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. When I tried to steal the
Was it because you were doing something with selling the books? Like, you weren't honest with him about something.
The only thing that I can remember that Thren did was whenever you would get angry when you were raging when we were like practicing or whatever. That's the only thing I remember.
It seems like there was something else. There was some time. Well, I don't think you really said anything. You just were just kind of like Quincy or something about something I popped off or something. I can't remember. Anyway,
You were going to attack Stefan.
oh, is that
I
right?
kept telling you, like...
Oh yeah, you tried to stop me.
Stefan,
Of course, that's
the
not that's
adventure
not,
leader, right?
The hero.
That's not necessarily from a moral perspective. 'cause of
No,
course
I was
you
trying
wanna
to
kill
keep
the guy.
Yeah, but I was trying to keep you from like...
Anyway,
attacking
like...
in the open.
So Quincy and Buck too, I feel like, okay, Buck's got this god. He like has to be good. And Quincy like looks up to Buck, and Buck's trying to do all this good stuff, and Buck's always on Quincy about doing the right thing. So Quincy's trying to do the right thing, and then we go in there and do that. It's just kind of a conflict of interest, because we're used to kind of doing stuff one way, and Gillard and maybe Rask are used to doing stuff a little different.
I don't know how Rask is used to it.
However Kyle feels that day.
All right, there.
I think Kyle / Rask just lives it by moment.
Yeah, he's
It
like,
is.
oh, we're destroying stuff. Boom.
Exactly.
And as far as my point of view from Gillard, it was more or less, I don't necessarily fault his decision. I don't agree with it either, because in my mind, this city is in a very dangerous place. So anyone that's incentivized to leave really isn't any business of mine. And I mean,
It's funny while y'all are arguing, y'all are both kind of like, y'all want the same thing. Y'all are just going two very different ways of getting it. You're wanting to hurry up, get from point A to point B. Right. You're wanting to keep your head down and stay out of people's sight and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you both do want the same thing. You're just coming at it in different ways. And I thought that was really, really cool.
And one of the big things that was in my mind from the moment we got there, and this is something that was given to us through the DM, word travels fast in Palexia. Because I'm like, I don't how because I'm just trying to rationalize. We teleported a third of the way here, and the news still beat us that Hornbeam has fallen.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I was like, so if we start tackling these like ancient beasts, which in my mind I was like, I know what an aboleth is, but I don't know how strong an aboleth is.
I didn't want to fight the aboleth for the sake of fighting the aboleth. If we had to,
Yeah, I didn't want to fight the aboleth because I feel like if its CR is high enough, it's essentially a legendary creature, and it's going to carry just as much word as a Hornbeam. And what does that tell the people in charge? It's like Hornbeam falls, aboleth falls, giant thing creature falls. It's like, well, look, somebody's headed this way. Yeah. And that's just kind of the thought that's just where I kind of put Gillard in his thought process. It's like we don't want we don't want a trail of mini bosses leading us straight to where we're headed. So it's like, look, this aboleth isn't really something we should focus on. We need, even if we have to steal a boat, it's not like anything we do in Gillard's mind. If it drives them out of this town, we've saved them. We've saved their life, because they're now going to get further away from. In the mind of Gillard and the ideals of the Inkling as a whole, the king is evil. He is evil incarnate, and everything around him is corrupted by his mere presence. So getting out of this town isn't necessarily a negative, and that was kind of my motivation for defending Rask. I kind of wish Kyle had been there. I hate it, but I mean, it is what it is.
well, now tell me this. There's a couple more things I want to unpack here. So, if this is, I think Quincy's my main concern is if this is how, if Gillard / the Inkling, whoever, if this is how they operate, are we going to operate like that?
I wouldn't say that's how the Inkling operates. They're a rebelling force. And so, I mean, technically, I don't really. I mean, I'm not going to speak for the Inkling as a whole because it's a Seth's organization, but they are a rebelling organization. But as far as Gillard's mindset in it, he's always done whatever he has to achieve his mission, and he's been given some pretty nasty. He was given a death sentence when he left. When he basically left the Inkling to spy, he was given a death sentence that he never expected to walk away from. You know, you all just kind of gave him the opportunity to walk away from it. And that was kind of my reason for wanting to check in on the academy. And getting too close to it, and it is operational, was also really dangerous, and it jeopardized our current mission because that was like I mentioned going to the Inkling when we got there, but I also mentioned it realizing that if we're wrong and it's operational, I'm jeopardizing the current mission. So Gillard's always focusing on his mission. So when he was in the academy, his mission was to protect any potential Inkling soldiers as well as gain any information he can out of basically the where they were gaining their soldiers from, where they were gaining their foothold, and you have to understand that's part of Gillard's character. He has done a lot of bad things, and what he has to believe is good. Just like any soldier that you hear about that goes into the military, when they're during war times, they kill and they just hope that they're killing for the right reasons. That's kind of Gillard's mentality. He's killed a lot of people. That's if anyone remembers from the academy, he had the highest death count because anyone that if it was an Inkling member, he killed them as a way of smuggling them out. They also had to cease all operations because if they ever got captured again, it risks Gillard's whole survival. And that was one of the basically deals that if we ever had a chance to go over, it would have been revealed in the campaign. But he also really killed anyone that would have been a new Hornbeam or a new a Bathory, basically any potential replacement. If there was a really dangerous member that had a lot of power coming in, he knew they would gain more. And since he had Gillard placed himself exactly where he wanted to be. He wanted to be that block that got the new recruits, and he killed anyone. He killed them in the names of maybe he would say they were disobedient or they couldn't learn. But the reality is he killed them because he knew they believed in why they were here and they were going to be dangerous for anyone that they went out into the world with. So Gillard has a very dark sense of the world, and he's willing to go to great lengths to achieve his mission. He's very mission oriented.
I love character choices. Like when you play a character and you make choices that even messes with the group because your character would do that. I love that.
Yeah, I like it too.
Much.
Definitely like that. And the thing about him being at the academy, you know how to be political and diplomatic and. You were there undercover, deep cover.
Yeah, if you look at my stat sheet is built to be a spy. I can lie to people, I can work with people, but I also go undetected. I have an item that no one knows about that prevents my mind from being read in campaign. So
okay.
You can't read my mind.
Okay, so
if we'd have had Erst, if he'd have gone with the aberrant mind warlock, he wouldn't have been able to read my mind unless I allowed it. So yeah, my character is very much designed around
When we get to Galeport, you're not going to be antsy if we're being spine. Okay, see that's what Quincy is saying is Gillard's going to get in, get out, and kill everybody, and let's go as quick as possible. And that's what he's nervous about.
No, but that's what he's experienced from you guys.
Right.
You guys are very good at getting in, getting out, and then getting out.
It's because we're unsuspicious. We're commoners.
It's because Tyrel has silence. Let's be honest. How much weight have we put on Tyrel's silence?
But I think we're good. I think we're good at looking like nobody. We're not head to toe magic crap. I mean, we look normal. I picture us pretty normal looking.
I would say you are good at looking no, not necessarily non-threatening, but always what are the? It's just what's going on here? You do things. You do things just because of the way, a lot of what players do is because of the way of the dice. But it's just so funny how it works out. Y'all got the attention of the most dangerous person in the Hornbeam Forest, and he's just man, get out of here. Y'all are strong, so I'm going to send y'all. It's just so funny how you look at the path that y'all's campaign has taken, and just the decisions y'all make. Yeah, y'all are very unbecoming. It seems like.
Yeah.
It's we'll brainwash them, make them one of our soldiers. So what?
Not so.
Yeah.
Now the other thing. When I listened back to this, I got a little bit agitated. Okay, so
Then who?
Gillard, Dustin. So you threw it in our face that you saved our lives. Okay, when we got to the academy, Quincy didn't care if he lived or died. He was ready to just die and say, I'm done. Like, he's depressed, he's sad, and it's like, Quincy's like, Gillard, you chose us. You came to us because you saw potential in us to get you out of there and do your mission.
Remember, Gillard also. So that just tells me that Quincy and Gillard were of the same mind because Gillard thought he was going to die there. The only reason I walked out of there is because y'all killed all the opposition and then we captured the last one. That's the only reason he walked out of there.
Yeah.
If y'all have been like,
yeah, we went into those games not knowing if Gillard was going to join the group or
I
not.
talked to Seth. I was like, Seth, if it comes down to it, and they have the entire I was just going to bar the door and die. Like I didn't know if if my character was going to survive the academy. Yeah, I was because I had talked to Seth about it. I was like, he's going to hold the door. He's not going to let them be pursued.
He's going to Hodor.
Yeah, I'm going to hold.
Oh, you were going to stay? If we had fled, you would have stayed.
Like, if y'all had, like, all the troops behind you. So, y'all have no idea how lucky you got that you scattered everyone and walked out of there without being chased. Like, your bombs ended up being the godsend to the campaign.
Really?
They just sent people all over the place. There was no coordination because you took out the leader in a moment of extreme vulnerability. He was a tough dude, by the way. I built him.
I assumed he was.
He was.
That was why we had to do it how we did.
So was Victoria.
Victoria.
That would have been a nasty combo.
She might have been nastier.
I feel bad for the way I played her because I played her very badly when we had the fight. I was driving home that night and I was like, man, I did some dumb stuff. If I'd have just stayed under the bed, y'all wouldn't have known she was under there. She could have gotten away. If I'd have played her right, I never should have come out from under the bed.
Because of darkness.
Because she knew the darkness, you didn't know where she was. She couldn't be heard. She could have sent her dog to fight y'all, so something would have been there fighting you. And the second you dropped everything, all she had to do was wait. If she'd have just waited, I shouldn't have had her come out because then she got the crap beat out of her. I think
was for the better.
I think what happened is I had her come out, but it still invoked an attack of opportunity, even though it was dark. And she managed to get hit and drop dark vision, and she was dead at that point. I took a gamble. I tried to have her literally run when if I'd have just
I gave an attack of opportunity in darkness.
I can't remember why. Maybe she hit I don't remember why, but yeah, someone hit her with something, and her darkness fell, and then she's just standing there in silence. But when I thought about it on the ride home, I'm like, it was silence, it was darkness. If she'd have just stayed under the bed.
Went to run, and she didn't get all the way out. Yeah. And you made me roll 50-50 whether I hit her or Thren.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But yeah, she got hit.
Kind of dumb that I did that.
No, there was something else because we rewound basically.
Well, I just know what happened was she did end up getting hit, and it dropped her dark vision because she also failed concentration, and then she was dead at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the darkness. When the darkness went away, it was over.
Yeah, it was all.
Darkness and silence they're nasty.
They're very powerful together because technically you have no perception now. Yeah. You can't see or hear, and the whole thing about being in darkness, the reason you're allowed to do stuff is because you hear it. Because perception represents sight as well as sound.
She can still cast because she had the tattoos. Mm-hmm. That was
It's pretty gnarly.
Because she was supposed to become a mage, but she ended up becoming a warden instead. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's when I invented the tattoos, because y'all had planned on using silence, but you silenced both of them, and he got beat down immediately, and then she got popped, and yeah, it was rough. It was a rough fight. I definitely regret some of the decisions I made, but I mean, it worked out. It was good. But as far as Gillard's character though, I fully expected y'all to be being chased out by the I don't know. I gave Seth a count for how many soldiers the academy can hold at once. Of expert elite guards who are just there to patrol to defend the place, and yeah, I was like, there was no way that they would rip y'all apart. There was I think 40 or 50 people there. There's no way y'all could fight a party of 40, no. And so Gil was just going to bar the door.
Y'all couldn't fight 40 now.
Yeah,
no, we couldn't.
Well, if they were low enough level, they could probably fight 40 level 5s. Or no, sorry, no, y'all level. Y'all could probably fight 40 level 1 or 2s as long as they only have a 20% chance of hitting, then y'all could probably fight them.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
Of the elites?
They wouldn't do enough damage.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was wrong with level 5. Maybe level 2s.
They wouldn't do enough damage. We could probably kill them in one hit if they were level 1.
No, it's not the damage. It's not the damage. It's the chance to hit. If they have a greater than, I would say, a 40% chance to hit, then they would just slowly etch out all y'all's health.
Unless we killed more, unless their hit points were low enough, we could kill more than one in one turn.
Right, but you're still 40 of them.
It's funny how dice kind of play along with the story. When y'all went in there, and y'all were being trained by Gillard and stuff, and y'all
so
couldn't win
funny.
anything.
Yeah.
And y'all have been just kicking butt since then. After the training goes through, the dice have just.
It was kind of legit training. I mean, I think we learned some stuff about the game through there.
It was legit. It was crazy. Yeah, and it was. I was so impressed with the way that the dice just completely ruined y'all. But then they came back just in time to kill all the bad guys.
The academy is the best part of the game.
You think?
I think so. As far as a place we were for a while, I think. Yeah. Cool. That's the best chapter. That's my favorite chapter. Favorite chapter. The last chapter, just all being at the Inkling. Some of that was fun, but. It just wasn't as intense. Because we're safe there. When we're at the academy, it was we got to be doing something at all times, stealthing, stealing things. The whole thing when we stole the ring from Bryce.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that was scary for me because I was I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how Seth's going to play it. It was risky. It was a risky move.
Malachi was telling me when he was listening to the one where we were stealing that ring. He said when we got it, he was fist pumping and going nuts. That was intense. That was one of the most intense.
It's so funny because I remember that, and I had it in my mind how I would do it, so I thought y'all would do it the same way, and y'all did not do it.
What were you expecting us to do?
I thought if I was Darren during that fight in the arena is when I would have I think I made it to where they kind of bumped into each other during the thing, and I would have done it then. Didn't y'all do it in the cafeteria or something?
We started a brawl because Rask went over to fight the monk supposedly or something.
Oh, and that was another thing. I caught somebody. Seth.
He knew.
I caught y'all were hiding something in one of your cells. I think it was Erst.
Yeah.
And I had a cell check, and I actually rolled, and I discovered what he hid in the cell, and still put him back in his cell, knowing that y'all needed it to escape.
Was that the ring? Or the map?
It was something. It was something he was hiding.
I think Urus was keeping the ring.
Yeah. Then I found it, and I put him back in his room.
You went to the trouble of fixing the cell for him to stay in.
Yeah, because he broke the door.
Right. Yeah, because he broke the door, and I was gonna have him move to another room, but when I did a room check, I rolled. Seth had me roll perception. I discovered the ring, and then I had the guards fix the door so he could be put back in the same cell instead of moving him. If I hadn't, I was thinking, if I don't find the ring, I might just move him.
Then we couldn't even get it.
That was the stressful time because y'all, we were just waiting on y'all. The story could not progress until y'all made the decision to go ahead and steal the ring and start things out. We could have played it for weeks and weeks of y'all just being tortured and training and tortured and training, and it was just up to y'all.
Wow.
It was definitely. It's funny because leading up to that, I think one of the big things Seth was talking about, on Saint Common stuff, was how he felt like he was railroading you. But at that point in the campaign, it was all on your shoulders. Yep. It was definitely
we could have done it however we wanted. Yep. We were just locked up.
We didn't know leading into that night y'all were going to break out. It just so happens I had talked to Seth about because I didn't know how the thing was going to play out, and I was like, because I just imagine y'all being chased by all the guards. And every now and then you have to take a turn to get arrows flung at you while you're just sprinting out the door.
Yeah. See, Seth as a player would have slowly killed everyone.
That's what That's kind of what I was expecting, was that we were going to keep. Is that as a DM, Seth was going to set up situations to provide you with. But no, y'all were just two, and y'all
let's go kill two at the same time.
Yeah, you had enough information, and you knew that they were together, so it all worked out. Yeah. And the last guy, because of the way I designed him, he would definitely give up. It just worked out really well for you guys, and it made for good storytelling.
I thought y'all might challenge Victoria or Bryce or something, their entire cell to one of the battle.
Could we do that?
Thing.
We were setting up. That's how y'all killed.
That's how y'all killed
Fenris.
Yeah. So I thought y'all might use that mechanic to get the other ones in there. And
that never crossed my mind.
Yeah, y'all were doing a cell block versus cell lock, and because the academy runs off the principle of strength, the wardens have to be. This is just all mechanics I worked out because I needed y'all to have a situation to win. It didn't feel fair otherwise, so I was talking to Seth about it, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll have the wardens out there, and they can only engage when engaged upon." And Seth decided that one of the enemy elites had an eye for my position, and then y'all all had an eye to kill Fenris. So it's just all the wardens got involved, all the inmates got involved, and it just ended up working out. That was like I think that was the first fight that went in y'all's favor.
It was.
Y'all completely just
Went very well.
destroyed Fenris.
Fenris could have been nasty.
Fenris had a lot more health than Fenris should have had because Seth wanted a more entertaining boss fight. So
I doubled his health.
Yeah, he had a lot of health.
Wow.
Y'all did I want to say close to 250, 300 points of damage in that fight.
Holy cow.
Because I think that final hit, he was almost dead, and you ended up doing 40 plus damage or something. It was a hard hit, and that actually took him down. And he was nearly dead anyway, because at this point he was in his wolf form. So
yeah, that was
a great fight. It was a lot of fun.
You have any more you want to unpack about the arguing and stuff?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry. As far as what started us on is I was just my whole point in pointing out the academy and Gillard's experience is Gillard is very rough around the edges. So to look at Gillard and say you're an example of the Inkling, this is an organization he hasn't actively been a part of in 10 years.
That's true.
So
he's not quite.
He's mission oriented. He's not necessarily Inkling approved.
Something happened actually that I put in there purposefully, and no one seems to have caught it, or no one, to my knowledge, has mentioned it.
Do you need to tell us?
I don't want to. I might bring it out
in the last episode.
Nope, it happened. It happened at Derry, towards
Tyrel. You know it?
No, never mind.
I don't know.
It happened in Derry.
Maybe I'll rewatch the episode and see if I ever realize what you're talking about. But top of my head, though, I don't know.
When they killed all the soldiers?
Yes.
I thought that was a little weird.
No one has mentioned it.
When they killed all the what?
When Dalinar had every one of the Black Cloaks just...
Because they had surrendered.
They surrendered. They had kneeled. And pretty much Dalinar gave the coup de grace to everybody at the same time.
like it.
And no one has said anything, and no one has mentioned it.
Anthony Tate, ladies and gentlemen.
Just stepping in.
The Electric Factory.
Well,
That's you. The Electric Factory.
I remember you doing that, but I guess I didn't agree with it because of the stuff we've talked about how they're broken at the academy. I mean, they don't walk out the same they walk in, so I guess that's why I don't consider them the same people that they were when they volunteered. Yep. So that's kind of why I never really thought much.
I wouldn't think Gillard would have a problem with it.
No, Gillard did that.
Yeah,
they're definitely about their thing.
Yeah,
like kill anybody that doesn't agree.
We're talking about which fact? Oh, okay, yeah. That's something. I really hadn't thought about that, and I mean, I guess in the heat of the moment, in the heat of battle, I mean,
yeah. But what is the other option? They're pretty powerful. Right. The Black Cloaks are,
and they are very, very brainwashed.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why I just never considered it with Gillard's point of view.
Basically, have to deprogram them.
What are you going to do if you imprison all of them? You know.
Well, I can tell you one thing: they're not going to say that they disagree with you because they can't speak.
But one thing, the most important thing that I feel like me and Dustin have discussed is that Gillard argued last time that he had saved our lives from the academy. Mm-hmm. And we didn't ask for that or care that he saved our lives.
That's the thing. I mean.
So Quincy does not feel like he owes Gillard anything.
No.
And if Gillard's going to think that that's leverage or something,
well,
we didn't ask for this.
The thing about it is, we definitely know that in a few ways. We're a means to an end for the Inkling.
Right.
I love that you see that point of view.
My argument was the exact opposite. That the Inkling was a means to an end for you guys. I mean,
that's not the opposite. That's not the that's more of the same, just from
opposite perspective. Yes.
Yeah. That's from the opposite perspective.
That was one of the points I tried to make last week. Was that you were saying the Inkling was using you, but you were using the Inkling to get revenge for your town.
We didn't really feel like we had a choice. We were just trying to get out of the academy.
Right, but you were out, and you were given a choice to continue helping the Inkling, and you could go home. See, from the point of view that I was approaching last week is you wanted justice for your home, but you have that now, and you're still here. No one asked you. No one said you must go to the Veiled Coast.
We don't technically have justice.
You killed the man that did it.
But
not Stefan.
Well,
that's what started the whole thing. We still don't have a clear name in our own town. Not to mention our town's destroyed now.
Yeah, we don't really have a town.
Yeah.
We have some people that are that are still there from
And besides,
from there. But
Dalinar was trying to recruit us before we ever made it to the academy because he sent Rask with a bunch of gold for us after we helped him kill the undead stuff at Juniper Grove. So we were on his radar. I thought that was why you were supposed to get us out. I thought somehow Gillard had known that this group was coming that's been captured,
But
that
he was
Dalinar had his
deeply
eye on already.
He only found
Rask's
letter, and also Rask had the dot.
That's the only way you knew?
When me and Seth first talked about it, I asked Seth, I said, do I know they're part of the Inkling? And you said you would know Rask is. And then, so the approach I made was I thought about I eventually contacted Seth. I was like, does Rask still have that letter? And Seth's like, yeah, he never said he got rid of it, so he'd still have the letter. So I just kind of made the approach. I said, well, Rask has the dot. I would go through his things, and I stole the letter that had already been archived. I was actually already, there was actually already a suspicion of something going on within the academy.
Victoria knew something was missing.
Victoria was looking for someone that had, so she was already on the hunt for me, just not knowing it was so high up in the chain.
Right.
So yeah, I'd already taken a risk and made it. I'd already done a lot just because I knew an Inkling member was in trouble.
Right.
And that was my reason. That was why I didn't simply get Rask out. That's why I took more approaches, or at least that was my methodology for Gillard and why he took more of an approach.
But if you'll remember, he did in the beginning go just to Rask. Rask was the only one that the ghost talked to until Rask was like, "You need to go talk to Thrin.
Yeah.
You need to go talk to Buck." Yeah. When the ghost first started, it was just talking to Rask.
That is true.
And if he hadn't had that letter, it would have meant less for him to point out to.
I mean, I just re-listened to the entire campaign, and I've not thought about any of this stuff we're talking about right now.
hey, speaking of which, is Rask going to make it tonight?
Yes.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Kyle will be in attendance.
That's going to be great.
I'm betting he hasn't listened. Oh no, he hasn't listened.
He can't because I didn't post it yet.
Yeah, because
We're going to have to explain all this to him.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Does Buck or Thrin have anything to say about the last episode? Because we've been all talking.
We haven't even got to the fight.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Can we talk about the fight next time? Because the fight was it's like normally it's like fights up here, role plays here. Now it's like
I love when roleplay is more important than the fight.
Yeah, you stole. Were you planning on doing that before Kyle was not going to be here?
No. If Kyle would have been
really?
here,
Because I thought that. Okay, so in my mind, when that freaking thing kidnapped Kyle, I was like, is Kyle not coming back?
That freaked me out because y'all were like, we should just leave him maybe. I was like, oh
no. my player mind, I was like,
He shows up 2 weeks later covered in branches and mud like, you guys didn't even look for me.
in my player mind, I was like, is this Seth's way of saying, like, he was making it so hard to track this thing.
No, it's gone. It's 300 miles away.
It was almost convincingly so that it was just like, okay, we're not supposed to go after this.
There was a reason. When I knew Kyle wasn't coming, I was like, okay, I don't want other people to play characters if they're not there. I don't because if they die, that sucks. But I also don't want to pull punches just because someone's not there. But also, I don't want to role play them. I don't want other people. I just get them gone. So the bird taking it, I was like, that's cool. And that's a rescue mission. I'm trying to slow y'all's. I don't want y'all just getting there too fast. Just trying to extend things. Yeah, it's an honesty. So try to extend it. But also, after all the drama and the tension and all that stuff, and y'all are like, we've got to go. I just wanted to see, will y'all leave him?
No.
Y'all could have.
Can I just say, after the big fight, it was very interesting seeing how we're all look, I know we're not in a good place right now, but I don't really think we should leave him. And everyone was like, no, we definitely shouldn't leave. It's it's just kind of we separate each other, but then Rasmus kind of forces us to bring each other back.
We rally around
such good storytelling.
Me and Quincy, Quincy started it off by getting mad at Gillard, then Gillard immediately yelled back, of course. And it's but we were the two that were in the lead for a while because we could keep up. And it's just ironic that we ended up paired together.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was scary. At one point, I was
me and Thrin running at average.
That's what I was scared of.
That's when I was just we have split we were on the verge of splitting our party 3 ways at one point, I think.
Yeah,
until Ryan was like, I could turn into a bear. And I was like, oh, okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Yeah, that was a little. I did not want to leave them behind.
Yeah, speaking of which, still exhausted.
No, that is true. Yeah.
and no spells.
I've got my first level spells. Also, I figured out too that
We got a caveat, everybody.
I overcast.
Oh, did you? You cheated.
First level spells.
You cheated.
I didn't. Well, the thing is I thought that sending was a second level spell. That is actually a third level spell.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you overcasted like crazy.
How many sendings?
Well, I used the pamphlet though for the sending to
For
Dallin.
Dallin.
So I sent 2 sendings to Rask,
Right.
and then I cast Fly twice.
How many level 3s do you have? You have
So
three?
you only overcast one spell, and it was just a fly or ascending. That's
And
not
one
big.
of
Oh wait, you mean the completely useless fly?
Yeah.
That got y'all 20 minutes ahead of
Like, hey, we just cut this 6-hour trip down by 20 minutes. Eat your heart out, Google. Eat your heart out, Google Maps.
Oh my god.
Love it when we beat the projected
Now,
time.
did y'all destroy all the eggs, or did y'all not have time?
No, we were cooking one up.
Yeah, we destroyed
We did- yeah.
2 and cooked 1.
One
Oh,
of
y'all
them,
did because
one
one,
of them
was.
fertilized.
Yeah. Okay. And
we
then
made
another
sure-
one was almost ready to hatch.
What Ryan was talking about, by the way, me as a not knowing anything about farming or animals or birds.
Oh, the little
He
blood
was like-
spot?
yeah, he's like the little red spot of fertilization. I'm like, well, I know what those words mean. It's gonna grow up and be a big boy if we don't kill it.
That is a word salad I'm not familiar with.
So we got a bird left though.
I got a bird left.
We got a bird left.
And I think that's just Seth's way of saying, screw you guys for killing my bird. Here's the second one.
No, I told him way back when we did.
Print me too.
I asked him to print me too.
Oh, okay.
I asked him to print me off too, and he forgot, or he didn't understand that I wanted to, or something.
No, I just
But
forgot.
yeah.
It
No,
was
I did ask for 2. I always plan on that being 2.
Do you still have the one?
I thought you had it. I thought I left it with you. Oh wow.
I think I had it.
Great.
It's okay. We used
And then there were none.
It flies away.
so we're starting.
You
We'll be
hear a cob, but you go to investigate and nothing's there.
Seeing that his family's been killed, it said, screw it. It flew away.
It's actually a Wendigo coming down the tunnel.
I do have that. I think.
But it was fun. The fight was. I like the meaning that Rask kidnapping had, whether you intended it or not. It meant a lot because we were so divided. At
Well,
least
I mean,
some
I
of us.
planned on it coming a lot earlier, but y'all decided to have an argument. And it just,
It worked out though.
So we're starting this game in combat though,
That's gonna be fun. I don't think we've done that
with some
ever.
disadvantage. But we all have health. We're good on health, right?
But they don't have anything to help them.
I'm
Well, I
not
don't
sure
know.
if I'm good on health. I don't think I got hit too
I feel
much.
like y'all gonna be mad at me again
I'm
this
not
week.
Oh no! Why?
I just have plans.
Oh great!
What now?
He said he's afraid we're going to be mad at him again because he has plans.
That means we're getting railroaded.
You're headed back to the Burnham Forest. I forgot to tell y'all one thing.
The floor opens up and you fall inside.
This bird picks all of you up collectively and drops you off at the hag's cabin.
I'm actually just tired of the game, so it's going to take you to the Mount Doom, and you're just going to throw the ring in and just fly, you fools. Fly, you fools.
The Eagles are going to come pick us up.
The Eagles.
Smeagol is a DM's tool, okay? Frodo, you gonna throw the ring into Mount Doom in the campaign? No. Nope. Here comes Smeagol. Bam!
I don't want to.
I don't want you to keep the ring.
We've played for 3 years.
You split the party after the first hour.
We've been running a dual campaign for 3 years.
Screw you, you're doing the right thing.
He bites your finger off.
And falls into the lava. This thing that is super dexterous.
Do we have anything else about the campaign?
Lord.
Dude, just it was amazing role playing.
Yeah.
It was an amazing.
A lot of fun. Tyrel,
Love when arguments come up in
as an
character.
observer, what was your feelings? Because I think Ryan and Cameron were.
Cameron actually thought y'all were fighting.
Cameron.
I think you did too. I'm glad. Like that, we acted good then.
I thought it was really good.
Did anyone actually get a little mad? No one got even just a tad mad?
No, it was passionate.
No. Yeah. Okay. That's a good. I think that's a good word to use. Is passionate.
I work-
Because I mean, they're as playing as Buck. I was legitimately getting mad at Gillard.
Okay, I respect that, and I work at a school. For anyone who doesn't know, I work at a technology department at a school. The beginning of the year is extremely stressful. My work has been stressful. I've been doing esports. That's been stressful. So I had the stress that when someone engaged me, and I was like, oh hell no! This is not gonna fly.
I will absolutely end this.
Yeah, see, you were here in the beginning. I was telling him, I was like, I came in here and I sat down, and I was looking forward to I expected it to be me and you.
Yeah.
Because you missed the night before. I never even saw AJ coming.
Really?
So, yeah, I was expecting to be me and you. I expected to be me and Tate, and then I sat down at the table. I was like, man, I'm not gonna sit here and freaking yell. That's stupid. And then AJ was like, Gillard, I have a problem with you. I was like, bring it on then. It all came back. It was just like, let's do I need a good fight.
Yeah. Well,
This is my football.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Well, but whose side of that was Thren on?
He's on my side, obviously. I defended him.
I don't know. I
my
think
side, screw you.
I was going to say more in the middle. Honestly.
yeah, he was in the middle because he felt like in the heat of the moment he was justified in what he did, without his bad judgment or whatever.
Well, he didn't agree with what Rask did in destroying the tavern, but Thren, I think, would definitely try to trick someone or
Thren's offensive.
bribe them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
Quincy didn't like that as the first option when you immediately tried to do that. That was the only thing about that. Like when that was the end game, that was okay. But
It was on the table, but it might have been almost out of reach. You know what I mean?
But no, that's the first thing we're doing.
it was like if that was the last resort, that's fine.
Well, the way whenever Seth was describing the town, I was like, okay, I'm getting the picture. This is kind of like a pirate port almost. And then I was like, okay, these people might be easy to bribe.
Where does Johnny Depp take him to find a crew?
Oh God,
Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Yeah, Tortuga.
This
That is
definitely
exactly.
I definitely had that vibe. I was like, yeah, these people just. Once Seth said something, he's like, yeah, they're trying to get everything they can. I was like, then why didn't Thren's thing work if they're just trying to get whatever they can?
I know. I didn't picture that. Quincy sees everybody as a stand-up individual.
No, the barkeep was absolutely trying to take anything he could from
Oh, well,
him.
yeah. But it was just nickels and dimes.
Right.
Which reminds me, we need to establish gold.
I know I wasn't there, but I kind of see that as, this guy's in a dying town, and he's doing what he can.
The same thing with the two sisters. They're bored. They can't work. They're in a really horrible situation. So pretty much this group of people just kind of we're gonna mess with whoever comes and take them for everything that we can and have fun doing it.
I think the sisters were when Gillard and Dustin also hit their limit. Because I'm like, we're literally offering these people work and money and compensation for what they have.
See, when they actually thought
thought
you were going to do the work and actually do something, they got serious and they put away their silly voice. That was me getting tired of talking like that, really. But it did work. It did work. Yeah.
Until we had enough and just found our own.
Yeah.
And another thing that bothered me was at one point you said there wasn't enough people. Like they didn't have crew, and there weren't enough people in the town.
I talked about this last time on Say It and Comment. Mike, they couldn't get you somewhere on their ship. They could have cast out with you on their ship enough to find the aboleth. You couldn't have traveled to Galeport.
So then my thoughts for Gillard were right then. They couldn't have gotten us where we wanted no matter what. So there. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
If y'all would have killed the aboleth, y'all would have got the crews back.
How?
If you know about aboleths, they mind control people. And
they have them.
There's crews of people down there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were.
Even considered.
I thought they were dead.
But they don't know that.
I thought they were just too afraid to sail.
No, I thought they were dead. Like the people that the aboleths took were.
So wait a minute. So if we were fought the aboleth, would we be fighting them too? Because they're
maybe possibly.
Would have been a pirate battle.
Dang, I'm sad we missed that.
And can I also say, when I think of aboleths now because of Marvel, I think of the thing that the Guardians of the Galaxy fought. That's technically also an aboleth.
The
From
planet?
space. No, the thing in the beginning where they played the music and it was circled around. It was from Baby Groot's point of view, and they were fighting about. That's also
pretty
an
similar looking, I think.
Yeah, that's what it's an aboleth. Yeah.
This isn't. I'm not trying to get into Movie Minute or anything, but have you guys watched What If?
we're already planning on talking about it when we talk about
Okay, go ahead. Though. But the creature that keeps appearing, the tentacle creature, the very Cthulhu thing.
That's supposed. I think that's supposed to be like.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with that one being more like what you said, Cthulhu. That's like eldritch horror from another plane. Yeah. I noticed it was becoming a recurring thing though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry.
I need to watch those.
They're really good.
Well, that segues to movie minute.
Yeah, we can go on if we're done with.
We've definitely a lot. Last campaign was really awesome. If you're watching these, if you're listening to these, and not the campaigns, I don't know what you're doing, but it was
that would be a strange decision.
That is a conscious decision, and it is a mistake.
For movie minute, it seems like y'all have common ground with the what if thing. So, I was just gonna say I saw Cruella. Have y'all seen it?
Yeah, it was really good.
So good,
so good.
One of the best movies I've ever seen. What?
People kind of hated on it a lot.
Why?
Goodness. Well,
It was a good story.
Her last name is DeVille, so from what I'm
Christians kind of threw a fit.
I'm seeing a lot of people.
That's
It's
what
this
it's
whole
supposed
satanic
to
panic
be.
thing. It's like, oh, she's the devil, and
Exactly.
she is a
I
villain.
think it was a very good.
Villainess.
I thought it was good.
I love a villain origin story. I love rooting for a villain.
I do. It's always impressive to see where they at. Now I've heard Mistress of Evil isn't as good, but I liked Maleficent for what it was. I thought. It was
I liked it too.
Neat. Yeah, it gave good insight.
I love dark movies. No, this is one of the best movies I've ever watched, hands down.
Emma Stone's a great actress.
She is. She can do anything.
Actress, whatever you want to call
really
it.
good
Yeah, she's.
I'm sad that they casted her as the one chick who dies in Spider-Man for spoiler.
Yes,
alert.
that broke my heart too.
Yeah, I wish she'd have been.
I didn't think she was dead.
I wish
I
they'd
thought
have
she was
casted her
coming
as the
back.
girl who becomes Black Cat instead, because she would have been an awesome Black Cat.
Yeah, that is true.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
but
I'm
she
with
could still become Spider-Gwen.
She could, and I would love that in Spider-Verse. Oh my God, yes.
I mean, she's.
Y'all see that Andrew Garfield is still saying he has nothing to do with this movie?
I'm hoping that's not true.
He keeps saying.
Well, see,
he could be a stark comparison to Andrew.
Well, see, he has to stay quiet and lie about stuff because Tom Holland can't stop running his mouth.
Yeah, they just won't tell Tom Holland. He doesn't actually know who's in the movie, and he's already filmed it. But has everyone seen?
Why am I talking to these two blank characters and saying these strange things and calling them Peter Parker? What are you?
I must be talking to myself in the mirror.
Weird.
Has everyone seen Miles Morales? It's animated. It's really good.
Into the Spider-Verse? Me and Seth watched it at his house and I was falling asleep.
Definitely check it out. How great would it be if Tobey Maguire was Peter B. Parker? The loser Spider-Man who lost Mary Jane out of a divorce. His life I would love to see Tobey Maguire come back and be just a total loser Spider-Man.
But Tobey Maguire is the good Spider-Man that died in Into the Spider-Verse.
Nah.
Yes, it is. It shows him doing his stupid little dance. It shows him doing
from the old
train.
movie. That's all. I don't think they've used a single bit of footage from the film yet.
No, I'm talking about Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man that died is supposed to be Tobey Maguire's. Into the Spider-Verse.
So what you're saying is
You're talking about the new one.
Into the Spider-Verse. The animated movie.
Right.
The Spider-Man that died is supposed to be the Tobey Maguire's because he does the little dance while he has the thing.
The reason that I don't agree with you is because Tobey Maguire, they're all supposed to be the true Spider-Man. They all represent that.
What he's saying though. Wait, 1 second. So
I can explain myself.
I know.
Welcome to the table, Tate.
Hasn't even seen Into the Spider-Verse.
The New York City that Miles Morales. What he's saying is the New York City that Miles Morales is in is the same universe, the same reality, the very same New York. That
While it's
Tobey
doing
Maguire was
flashbacks,
Spider-Man.
when it's doing flashbacks of the first Spider-Man, the one that dies, it's showing flashbacks from Tobey Maguire's movie, just animated. It shows him like stopping the train with his body. Like, it shows him doing that stupid dance when he's got the venom on him.
I don't think I paid much attention to it.
During those flashbacks, it's pretty much telling you that it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. I don't actually remember a lot of the flashback scenes from it. I just remember thinking Tobey Maguire. He just seems so comical. He'd be a hilarious Peter B. Parker, as the role.
I hope Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in this movie.
It would be so amazing. And
I'm pumped up about it. Like Cynthia's pumped up about it. She loves Spider-Man.
They would force them. They would you're going to accept our money and be in this film.
Is there any Spider-Man stuff in What If?
But he's in What If. He's in.
I mean, it's not over yet. Is it
animated?
I've only seen 5, so I don't know anything beyond 5.
Which one is 5?
The one with Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, that's the last one I saw. I hadn't seen the latest one.
I mean, unless he's in 6 too.
I started the first one.
If I say it,
I don't believe. He's
if
in
I
that one, 'cause
5 is the one that Janet Van Dyne causes. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
I know what you're talking about.
That way, they don't know.
He's literally the only one that's. Oh well, he's not the only one. It's the only one that he's in because he's.
I didn't know if he's in 6. That would have messed me all up.
No, I haven't seen that one.
I started WandaVision.
Great.
WandaVision's really
great.
I can't. I cannot stay with it.
Power through. Because it's WandaVision is super slow.
How many episodes
I've
do I
not
have
been
to
able to
watch?
watch Loki, and I've not been able to watch.
I love Loki. Oh my!
I think I would probably
I
like
really
Loki.
want to watch Loki.
I couldn't watch the Winter Soldier or the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Just I don't know.
I am not motivated at all to watch WandaVision.
It's really Falcon and the Winter Soldier is really heavy, and it's got a lot of. I mean, just like
social stuff in it.
Yeah,
it's real weird.
I just don't like being preached to when I'm watching something. I guess it's just it.
I get that.
I mean, I haven't seen any of it yet. I figure I will if I can never get through WandaVision. I'm just not motivated to watch it.
I feel like
I don't understand it. It's just insane, stupid stuff happening.
To
all the
be
time.
ready.
Have you only seen the first episode, or
I've watched 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
I thought you'd like how each one is.
She just had the baby.
10 years of sitcoms.
Yeah,
Like
that's the theme.
Yeah,
I thought you'd like that.
I do like that, but why is time passing like that? Why does she have a kid in a day?
If you keep watching, it explains everything.
Yeah, it explains.
I know. I'm
everything.
just ready for. You can't. How
There's
do you?
only like 8 episodes. Like,
How
that's
do you
what I keep
make-
telling myself about?
How do you make a show that's 8 episodes long and have obscure things that don't connect happen for 3 episodes?
Because you're supposed to just watch them.
Yeah,
Just bang,
it's-
bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Be done.
Yeah, but it's just, it feels like you're on an acid trip.
It's supposed to bring you back to finish the episode.
It does.
The last 2 episodes are the best. I'll say that. It gets really good.
Okay, well I'll just keep watching it.
Yeah. But what I was going to say, Multiverse of Madness. To be prepared for that, you need to watch WandaVision and you need to watch Loki.
What's a Multiverse of Madness?
It's going to be the new Doctor Strange.
The Doctor Strange movie.
And you probably need to watch the new Spider-Man movie when it comes out. But
I'm ready for
that's
that.
just a
I
guess.
haven't even seen the second one yet.
That's just a
The second Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It's no. You need to watch it. Actually, it's important for the events.
Oh, I know it's important. I just it's not on Disney Plus.
Wait, have you seen the trailer for the new one?
No.
Because
Yeah, don't watch the trailer. You'll get a big spoiler.
I mean, it's been spoiled quite a bit.
Okay.
From I already know. I know kind of 2 of the villains or one of the villains for sure.
No. What
in the second one? I mean,
what Spider-Man is talking about in the trailer is going to spoil the end of Spider-Man 2.
Gotcha.
So yeah, what some? It's
Well, I mean, I think I know what. Has anybody? Has
I don't know what y'all are
seen,
talking about. Don't say anything.
You haven't seen No Way Home?
Yeah, I have seen.
the
Wait.
trailer. The trailer.
Oh yeah. I've
No,
seen the
no.
trailer.
Have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home?
That's the new.
No, Far From Home.
Sorry.
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Yes.
You have seen that. Have you?
Yes.
So I'm the only one that hasn't.
The one with Mysterio.
So yeah, the one with the Mysterio. Mysterio tells the world Spider-Man's.
So you do know. Okay,
right
that's
at
what
the
it
end of it,
spoils.
right at the
That's
end.
what
I definitely know
No
that.
Way Home spoils. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you for you, that's
I definitely know that. I definitely know Mysterio starts out, from what I can tell, from basic,
typical Jake Gyllenhaal.
just from what I'm seeing, in memes and stuff that spoiled it. He starts out as you think he might be a hero, and then he goes full Mysterio villain, And then also there's some magma guy. I can't remember.
No, all that's fake.
That's a spoiler.
If you know Mysterio, you know that everything that's around Mysterio is fake.
Hate that guy.
They did a great job.
Anyone ever try to chase Mysterio in the old Spider-Man games? He's horrible. He's so fast.
We fought him.
Yeah, in
that
2000.
one. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2000. You have to jump up and down on the different levels and blow out his little nodes on his...
Yeah. I now remember he becomes giant.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Shoot, dog.
What about Venom? Venom's the next thing.
That's October 1st.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's going? Are we
watched
going?
the first
going.
one.
Are we going? Tyrel?
Sure.
Dustin, you want to drive all the way out here and go?
We'll see. Let me see what's going on because I'll let y'all know.
I watched the first one here just recently.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh man, pretty good, pretty great.
It's like the only good movie Sony's ever made.
Well, wait, the other Spider-Man's pretty good.
Which ones?
Yeah, but they let all those slip through their
Tobey
fingers.
Maguire's
So
first two
it's,
are okay.
is it Marvel?
I think Amazing
It's about
Venom.
It's Marvel,
it is
but it's
now.
not Marvel Studios.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Disney and Sony now have a thing that they can talk about each other's characters.
Good.
Yeah.
So
Tom Holland might be in this movie. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
For a
I've heard that.
cameo,
I've
for a
heard
cameo.
that.
The way it works is Marvel owns the comics and Marvel Studios, but before they started Marvel Studios, Sony bought film rights to Spider-Man and Fantastic Four.
Also, Blade.
Did they do Blade? I don't know, but I know
I think they did Blade.
they might have, but they may have.
yeah.
They must have let their Blade stuff slip because I've heard they're going to put. They're making
Well,
a
they
Blade
had
movie.
Blade in on Netflix, didn't they? They had
Well, the deal that I've always heard is they bought the film rights for Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, since I know those two.
Yeah.
They have to make a movie. Sony has to make a movie every so long, or those film rights slip and go back to Marvel.
That's why they keep
we
repeating
have the crappy Fantastic Four movie that just came out.
Yeah.
That's also why we
Fantastic Four movie came out.
Yeah, it was,
It's
It was
on
a
Disney
while.
Plus. It's
Horrible.
on Disney Plus.
It was a while ago.
it was
Oh, okay.
horrible.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Michael B. Jordan was cast as Johnny Storm, which is Sue Storm's brother, but it was
They're
weird.
adopted.
Oh, is that it? Is that it? Okay? I was wondering.
Sue
how
was
they-
adopted by
I'm gonna
Johnny's
be
dad.
honest, the casting of the kids doesn't bother me near as much as the absolute damage
To
they did
Dr.
to Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I don't know what they did.
Johnny being black and Sue being white and being brother and sister did not bother me.
No.
Because I love.
I was wondering how they were going to do that.
I loved all the actors in that movie. Actually, I
really
The
liked
Thing.
Reed Richards.
I loved every actor. I like
and Reed Richards is one of the like the biggest
Mega
minds.
brains from
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it was great casting. I even liked Doctor Doom, but like
The young
A
Doctor Doom
problem-
didn't bother me. It was the
a problem that
character.
they did was they like fired the director halfway through, and the second director went back and changed a lot of stuff in the first one, and then so when you just don't have a clear vision,
Yeah.
that is
you
the,
end up with DC with Justice League.
yeah. That's going into that transitions me into my thing. We've all been we've kind of made jokes. I think Tyrel said he's done with Marvel now that whatever phase they're out of. Kevin Feige, I think we can kind of trust Kevin Feige to put out good movies.
Okay,
Shang-Chi was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, you gotta
so
tell us
good.
I want to see it.
With the exception of Brie Larson, I've always trusted Marvel's casting director because she is the bomb. She has nailed it. She is the one that took the risk on Robert Downey Jr. back in 2008. She had, but I don't remember her
She's
name.
still there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been the same casting director. At least I know till
I thought you were talking about Brie Larson.
No.
She took a risk on Robert Downey Jr.
No, I don't forgot her name. I looked up a while back, but the Marvels had the same casting director for a long time. She's the one that took the risk on Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. The villain that played Justin Hammer was actually one of the people in the running to be Tony Stark in the first Iron Man.
Oh, wow.
And they obviously decided to go with RDJ.
He would have probably been a pretty good one too.
He probably would have done a pretty good job. I like that they casted him as
The villain.
The villain who is
very
basically
similar.
like Tony
Yeah.
Stark.
Yeah. That's really good.
Justin Hammer's just a huge loser.
That whole Mandarin thing from Iron Man 3 though, so convoluted that
No, you're gonna love it now. Watch Shang-Chi. You'll like it.
Throws that together.
because the Mandarin
Beautiful.
because the Mandarin is the leader of the Ten Rings.
Right. The Mandarin literally wears 10 rings of
I
magic
knew
power.
when it was whatever about the 10 rings. I was like, "What's that from?" I forgot.
It was
that-
the organization in the first Iron Man, and I was like, we're going to have a Mandarin movie. Mandarin is Iron Man's pinnacle arch villain.
Yeah.
Tony is science and knowledge, and he is magic and mysticism.
They're arch enemies. That's the thing.
Is the Mandarin in any of them? Like the actual?
Yeah, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, he's isn't he?
He's played by Ben Kingsley as a fake Mandarin.
Oh yeah, he's the fake one. He's
But
just
can
an
I say
actor.
Ben Kingsley would have been a wonderful Mandarin?
probably pretty great. Although he would have been canceled immediately because that would have been Ben Kingsley is not Asian. You know what I mean? That was the biggest. That was one of the biggest complaints about him playing the Mandarin.
Which
they were
movie
saying-
was that where they go find him on that set and he's just a
Iron
goofy
Man
dude?
3.
Iron Man 3.
It's Iron Man 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all want a spoiler for Shang-Chi?
No.
No.
Okay.
But do tell us.
Especially what you've
I
already
haven't watched any of the
if they actually reconnect it to, I didn't think they were going to touch.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think they were going to touch.
Tell us what
Iron
you
Man.
think
knew
about
they
the movie.
were.
Oh, I thought it was 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, great.
Because I'm not that into those types of movies. Ninja movies.
Okay, yeah, y'all forever were talking in the group chat about karate movies. This is a karate movie.
definitely.
A great karate movie. Aquafina, I really can't stand her. they toned her down like 85%, and she's fantastic. Like, she's great in this role.
Her humor is really, really tough.
I don't know.
I've watched her show Nora from Queens.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but
haven't.
no,
I haven't
they
seen
toned her down
fucking-
like for real, 85% of her, and she is a good character. The guy that they've got playing Shang-Chi, he's great. The story was really good. Beautiful graphics, like always. I mean, Marvel's going to put out good looking stuff.
Good content.
Great story. Just, I mean, yeah.
Shang-Chi definitely went.
And I would say
under the radar
I don't even think it was very. I didn't come away thinking, well, that was woke. That was woke. It never, nothing like that. It was just an enjoyable fantasy movie.
That's because the Asian culture doesn't really care about that. They just do their thing and they make good stuff.
it was a good movie, like a really, really good movie.
I just wish everyone else would be like that.
I was
It's
just
like,
afraid it would be a corny kung fu click.
You mean Mulan?
Flick, you know?
You mean live action?
See, I never
Mulan.
even watched live action Mulan.
Supposedly, it was really bad.
I'm not big into martial arts movies. They don't show fire.
Oh man, I love martial arts movies, dude.
It's really good. I'm kind of like, I was not very looking forward to the Eternals movie, but I mean, if they can get this one right, they've not
Eternals-
missed yet. They've not really missed yet.
The
in this new
Eternals
phase.
is going to be tough.
What is that?
Well, that's the thing.
It's just a bunch of kind of like godlike people. Angelina Jolie's in it.
Kit Harington.
No, not Kit Harington.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's the other Stark brother.
No. I'm pretty.
Is Kit Harington also in it? 'Cause
Yeah,
the-
I think he is.
Well, the other
he
brother's
plays the guy who has like roses.
Wait, is this a
coming out of
Marvel
him or
movie?
whatever. Yeah.
No idea what this is.
The guy that played
So-
Rob
Rob
Stark?
is the
yeah.
is the one I thought. I don't. Are you sure Kit's in it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in the.
Salma Hayek.
Yep, she's in it.
Richard Madden is the Stark brother you're talking about.
Yeah.
Gemma Chan, Kit Harington.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't remember seeing him
Kumail
in.
Nanjiani.
I don't know if he's in the trailer or anything for it.
No,
Oh, okay.
I thought I saw him like he was the one that had like roses coming out of his hands or something.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
If I did this podcast by myself, there would be no insight about anything. Y'all are the only
there's a
ones that know
guy-
stuff.
There's a-
I'm just facilitating.
So this guy's definitely an Eternal, but the name really intrigues me. His name is Madong Seok. I don't know if I'm butchering that for sure, but he plays a character named Gilgamesh. Which,
Yeah, he's the magic guy, I believe. He was the guy that was the big. He was in the library thing.
He looks like the guy that
he taught
runs-
them all the magic circles and stuff.
He looks like the dude
sure
that
that-
runs
that's
the
the-
library on Doctor Strange. Is what he looks like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's a different guy. Wait. Oh, the guy in the live.
him.
I thought that was Wong.
the inspiration is supposed to be that the magic that the Eternals know, they taught to the first Sorcerer Supreme, and that's why they use the same circles that you see in like Doctor Strange and stuff.
So yeah, I'm looking for the Eternals now.
Now we've caught a glimpse of the Eternals in a previous Marvel movie. Like I remember they were talking about the Infinity Stones, and they showed these great giant monolithic looking
No.
creatures.
Okay, the movie is called The Eternals. Everyone in the movie is an Eternal. There's a bunch of Eternals though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Grandmaster's an Eternal. That was on the War World.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Hulk.
yeah. I knew he was. Yeah.
The Collector is an Eternal.
Yeah.
Ego is an Eternal.
Yeah.
And then the Collector's where he used to live, that was the head of us. No, that's a Celestial. Sorry.
Celestial.
And then the big purple guy, that was an Eternal that destroyed that city. Though the Eternals are very
Purple guy.
What big purple guy?
in the Guardians of the Galaxy, remember the Power Stone? He used it and he
Ronan the
destroyed-
Accuser. He was.
No. It was in a flashback where they were talking about the Power Stone in history, and there was this. He wore this crazy suit of armor, and he had the Power Stone, and he hit the ground, and a big explosion
That's what I'm
happened.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Isn't
when
he
we talk about
Celestial,
the
though?
Eternals.
No, I think he was an Eternal
I thought he was a Celestial.
because I don't think the Celestials ever used the stones.
Okay.
I thought they did bring law and order.
Hey, is the Watcher a Celestial?
No, he's an Eternal.
He's an Eternal. Okay.
Boy, y'all are a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, the Watcher. That's okay. It was really cool seeing the Watcher in What If. Did you see him in the background of all the sky, the landscape
yeah.
shots?
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, and then sorry, I'm not gonna spoil that,
Please don't.
Dr. Octopus.
dude. Speaking of Dr. Octopus,
Yeah, like we don't know.
Hello, Peter.
no, my
Peter.
So my child has been sleeping terribly lately. Okay, so I've been relegated to the couch for a
This
few
is the
nights.
what is this in our life or whatever?
No. This has to
Common
do
life.
with exactly what we're talking about.
Common Life /
Sure.
Movie Minute.
So, anyways, one night last week, I I had this really vivid nightmare that I was Spider-Man, and that Dr. Octopus was chasing after
That's
me.
awesome.
That's not a nightmare.
No. I couldn't do anything. All I could do was run. He's like, Peter, I'm looking for you, Peter. He's like throwing cars. I see his little tentacles coming out of nowhere, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I could just feel, I just knew like if
You never
one of those
escaped Spider-Man 2000, did you?
Never got out of it.
Never got out.
But like, if one of those tentacles got a hold of me, I knew it would literally rip me in half. Like I felt that in my soul. Like he's going to rip my body in twain.
That's a terrible nightmare. But I got to say, if I had that one, I wouldn't be too upset when I woke up.
I never got to be Spider-Man. If you have the fear in you, then it's a nightmare. I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, but it's still cool.
I woke up and I was like, holy crap!
It's cool to say. I was
like, that was
Doc
the coolest
Doc
nightmare. You know, I was like, I was about to turn around and start whooping him, but I don't know. It's all subjective. It's a nightmare.
Okay, moving on the console.
Sorry, yeah.
No, that was good. I'm taking a dull moment and just moving into the next thing. I beat the Spyro trilogy last night at.
Did you
1
platinum
a.m.
them?
No, don't even talk to me about that. Every time I looked at that and just looked at the skill points and all that crap, I go, Seth did every one of these. I would try to do them just as I went, and if I didn't do it, I'm not going.
I only did the first one. I actually am
on the first game. You did?
I only platinum the first one. I've not even played the second one.
Oh, really? Did you play the third one?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. Seth, the first game's easy.
If there'd have been a trophy system in Spyro Ripto's Rage, I would have platinumed it back on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
I completed everything in that game. I had super fire breath because I did everything. I got all the little orbs, took them to the Dragon World, got super fire breath.
Yep.
I went into the underwater area and said, screw you sharks, and destroyed all the sharks without even having to go in through the little things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hate those sharks.
How do you get this? Oh, you can get the super fire breath at Dragon Shores and then teleport anywhere you want?
You get it for permanence.
I wondered what that was for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had that back on PlayStation.
I was like, why would you
1?
need this in Dragon Shores? Okay. Well, I had everything when I got there already, so. But, yeah, me and my sister have been trying to play through them. My mom watched us too, and we got to... I was like, there's just no way. Like, there's not enough time. She flew out today. And last night we had one of the Sparks levels left, and we had 3 levels that I was missing, like 2 gems. Right. And I had already beat the Sorceress early in the day, and I got in last night from playing music in Mountain View at like 11:30, and we turned it on, and I went and did the rest of it. Wow. I went to bed at like 1:30 last night.
I am wanting to download the second one because I knew you were probably playing it.
Yeah,
so
the second one's great, and the third one got tricky. I'll tell you what's really hard is when they remade these games, they made the grass so tall you can't see the gems. There is gems hidden in the grass. You'll just be running along charging an enemy and pick up a gem that you never saw.
I hate freaking hitting that, like revisiting the world. Once you've gotten all the orbs and all the whatever the significant stuff is, and you're like, I'm missing 1 ruby.
Yep.
I don't know where that ruby is. I don't know why I've missed it, but it's missing, and I'm going to have to search the entire world.
You can look. Okay, it is world by world, yeah.
Yeah, it's
now,
ridiculous.
on the third game, there was a like R1 or like R1L1 combo or something you could do, and Sparks would point to where your missing gems were. They took it out of the reignited. We were like, when do we get? We were trying to do it, and it wouldn't do it. And I was like, maybe you get it at the end of the game. Didn't get it. Maybe you get it when you complete the Sparks Worlds. Didn't get it. Never got it. So they took it out. The best feature of the third game was taken away.
So I haven't played 2. I haven't replayed 2 yet, and I haven't replayed 3 yet. But I do have the trilogy. But I replayed Spyro 1. I was like, oh man, like me playing now as an adult versus me playing as a child. Old games are either really easy, because the Spyro games, in my opinion, are really easy.
Spyro's easy, yeah.
Or I've also played Crash Bandicoot really freaking hard.
Crash Bandicoot is so freaking impossible.
They made it that way.
I couldn't play it as a child.
This game is so difficult.
It was tough.
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
I think I beat There was one of those I beat when I was a kid, and I had the second and third game, and I beat one of them. I think it was the third one. I've never beat the second one, and I'm not playing them again.
Crash Bandicoot is crazy stupid hard. They call it the Dark Souls of
it is
of platformers.
It's because it's one life. You don't have hit points. You don't have any of that. It's don't get hit.
The first Sly Cooper is kind of that old-fashioned game, but it's the easy mode. Like, it's not hard.
I would get so mad playing Sly Cooper. I'd played them just a few years ago, and I'd get so mad
I
playing them.
loved Sly Cooper too.
Dying constantly.
I actually played because Seth told me about it, and I was like, "That's cool." I was like, "It's a guaranteed platinum trophy." So I played the first one. I haven't played the other two yet.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Wait, which one is the one where you're trying to collect all the pieces to the big metal owl? Is that
The first one?
No.
Well, the second one as well.
The second one, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, yeah.
No, the first one you're chasing down the owl.
The owl, the
second
actual
one,
owl, then you beat him.
Yeah, the second one you're trying to get the pieces, and then it
So the bad people don't get it.
The Thievius Raccoonus.
Wait, what was it? What was the third?
Clockla is the bad guy, and then the third one you're trying to get into Sly's vault.
Okay.
And then there's the fourth one where you go back in time.
Yeah.
I haven't played that one. Is that like new? Could I download it?
I'm sure you could find it. I think it's PS3 actually.
Is it PS3?
Yeah, but you could probably get it on PS4.
really good?
Or 5. I never beat it.
Oh, okay.
Because, I had a platinum thing, and they had this ping pong thing that you had to do, and it was really hard, and it pissed me off, so I stopped playing.
You just quit playing the game.
I want to
entirely.
play it again.
I couldn't beat ping pong, so I just gave the whole game
But
up.
I have been because they've been talking about maybe making a Sly 5. Like a lot of people are saying a Sly 5 is on the way.
Yeah, I want
so
it.
I'm wanting to get Sly 4 and beat it again.
I mean, they did just make Ratchet and Clank, so it wouldn't surprise me to bring back
Crank.
some.
Dude, I've got that. And then I also have Jack and Daxter on my PS3.
I never got into those when I was
Yeah, I
young.
never liked
Let me tell you what,
Jack
Jack 2, Jack 1, Jack and Daxter, the first one.
I did beat Jack and Daxter 1.
Good
Platinum
game,
did it.
great game.
Yeah.
Jack 2,
Different.
I had to stop playing. In fact, my wife made me stop playing because there's this one I think everybody who's played this game, I think they can understand. There's this scene where you have to drive this specific car. It's it's flying in the air, okay? And you have to outrun people and you have to avoid stuff and it will blow up at the slightest touch. And after about the fourth time, I threw my controller across the room. My wife said, "All right, you know what? You want to act like a toddler? You want to act like a toddler? You're not playing this game anymore." Haven't played it since. I could have cooled off. I could have cooled off. I could have cooled off and played it probably a day later. I'm not putting myself on. I'm so freaking mad. But I did love
San Andreas trying to chase the train down on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just impossibly hard.
I'll tell you this: I beat Jack 3, if I'm thinking right, and the fact that I beat Jack 3 without playing Jack 1 and 2 first. The story's so convoluted. I don't even know.
That's how I got started on Sly, though. I bought Sly 3 on Black Friday for $5, and loved that game, and then had to get the first and second one.
How about the Tiny Tina game?
Can't wait for that.
Forward to it.
I'm
You
so
need to play
fired
Borderlands
up.
3 or you can't play it.
What now?
Seth. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wonderland.
Haven't played Borderlands 3.
Tyrell, how are you gonna go about playing this game?
I don't know.
You don't
So is
have
this-
to play Borderlands 3. This is probably going to be her DLC
I have some
reimagined.
news. I have some news, actually. Maybe. Possibly. I might be getting good internet in 3 months or so.
Oh, really?
The Mountain View might be finally moving internet out my way, and I will have actual
That's
cable
Ours has
internet.
been great right now.
I've got a.
Last one.
I am so excited.
Anyway, Tyrell, what
awesome.
were you saying? Let Tyrell talk. Let the man speak.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So is that actually going to be a DLC for Borderlands 3, or it's a whole game to its own? Okay, okay. I didn't get whether it was going to be.
If you play, if you want,
It was a deal.
if you want a sneak peek, play Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon.
That was my
the
favorite
whole
DLC.
game is going to be that with her DMing. It's literally her behind a DM screen. Everyone's like, "Oh man!" And she throws. I think she even throws some dice. I was so excited.
So you're playing a character inside her
game. Yep.
So good. That's so
come up
great.
with a Borderlands mythos that just is a story within a story within a story.
Oh, it's Borderlands.
Didn't I show you-
finally gets magic.
Yeah. Well, didn't I show you some of my grenade mods in Borderlands 2 when we were going to system link it that one time? Me, you, and Malachi and Enhance.
Yeah.
That one mod that I had, I was throwing fireballs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
that
from
was
the
from
Dragon
Tiny
Keep.
Tina's Dragon Keep DLC.
The
there.
best grenades are from
Is
hers.
that from Borderlands 2 though?
That's from Borderlands 3.
That was the DLC in that game, but this is going to be like its own game, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait.
So there was like a D&D themed.
Yeah.
Wait, was the D&D DLC from 3 or 2?
Okay,
It was. I remember Tiny Tina was in 2.
Yeah, that was a
She's
DLC.
in 2 and 3.
Okay. See, I haven't played 3.
She's older in 3, and I think is she still older than I can't remember. I think it's her older.
Yeah,
art style.
there's been some Borderlands stuff that was like the creators of this game like play D&D or something. Like they
even-
stick little stuff in there.
And
Definitely.
I've noticed.
Tiny Tina's was Assault on Dragon Keep. That was the DLC's name. It had like Dark Souls references. It had like a bunch of different references to other stuff.
Well, I
not
mean,
just
they
D&D.
love breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it was a lot.
They love it.
There's like a whole little quest line I remember you go on like to collect these souls and bring them back to a sword stuck in a campfire.
Tyrel's Xbox broke. He told me.
Yeah,
Buying a PS5.
I plan to if I can ever get my hands on it.
I think
If you can find one.
if I'd ever be convinced to buy a new console, I mean, it's going to be the PS5.
Yeah. And arguably one of the best things about Wonderland is because it's Tiny Tina's like imaginated world, Butt Stallion's a real thing. Butt Stallion in the commercial running.
That's gonna be amazing.
Oh man.
Gotta play that, and we'll be able to online multiplayer that crap.
If I have good internet, maybe I can.
If
actually
Dustin
join.
will manage to get a PS5.
I go to my. I need a PS5. Yeah.
Well, unless it might still come out on
If
PS4.
any of you can get one, I will buy it from you at market value. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that, and it'll be.
So
it'll be
what
awesome
else have you been playing? You beat the trilogy. What else have you been playing?
That's what I've been playing exclusively for the last 2 weeks. I mean, I beat Spider-Man, and I'm almost all the way through all the DLCs, and then I'll start playing Miles Morales.
I
So.
just platinum Miles Morales this past week because I
Did you?
figured you were about to play it. So
Yeah. Was it?
Studied up.
Is
I
it,
went ahead and played it.
is it really good? Are the mechanics the same as the first game?
yeah,
Is it-
just a little extra because Miles has the invisibility and the
Oh, he has
electric shock
invisibility?
powers. So
Oh,
few
I
more
use a
added
bunch of
mechanics.
shock stuff anyway already.
a little added more stuff. It's a short story, but
I will tell you the. So I've been doing the DLCs, and I'm in the gang war one with the Italian
Turf
people.
War.
Yeah, the hideouts on that are so hard.
Mm-hmm.
The big guys with the. How are you supposed to kill the big guys with the big gun? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
they
think
come
you have
out
to-
with that huge machine gun
yeah, you have to have just 2 blocks of
of your.
special your takedown.
Yeah. Well, you can do that, but what if you don't? What if you had to use it for health? And then you don't have it. And battle focus. All I use on my suit power, especially when I'm doing a hideout, is use the one that helps you gain that faster. Mm-hmm. So I can get a bunch of that, so I can either use it for health or for finishers. But yeah, the best way to kill them is just to have 2 blocks. But then there's other big guys. There's so many big guys. Yeah. I hate the big guys, and also the dudes that have the. Sable tech stuff, and they have that shield, and they rock it across there and leave that trail of whatever that crap is, and it all hurts you so much damage. I'm telling you, Tate, so much damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Have you played? You haven't played Spider-Man?
I watched the entire playthrough though on
Really?
YouTube because
Oh my gosh, how long did that take?
I mean it was a few hours.
Well,
That's it?
they just released the trailer for Spider-Man 2. And it looks sick. It
Oh,
sounds
they're
like
making another one already?
yeah, sounds like Craven is going to be the bad guy, the main bad guy.
Ooh, that's exciting. Craven the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter. Yeah.
Is that from the comics or something?
He wears like fur, and he likes to.
Did you ever watch Spider-Man the animated series in like the 90s?
If you ever read,
Also on
Most
Disney Plus,
Dangerous
you should
Game,
watch that.
he's the
Yeah,
living
it's really
embodiment of
good.
that.
In Living Embodiment what?
The Most Dangerous Game book, the hunter that wanted to hunt humans because nothing's more dangerous than a human.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to hunt the most. He wants to be he recognizes himself as the best hunter in the world, and he wants to hunt the strongest prey in the world. For a while, if you ever want to watch the best Spider-Man series, and I've probably said this on here before, 90s animated Spider-Man is the bomb. Craven was on there, and he hunts Spider-Man, and
Not only does he hunt Spider-Man, there's also
he hunts a lot of his villains too.
there's an arc in there where Spider-Man starts to become the mutated,
human arachnid.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
and
that.
he's hunting that. I actually had that action figure as a kid.
The human arachnid?
Yeah.
With the extra arm busted out right here?
I'm talking like my brother had the one where it was Spider-Man, like man, he's a human, and he had 4 extra arms out of his side.
Yeah, yeah, they
I
busted
had
out
the
of his
one.
suit.
I had a figurine. Obviously it was a collectible, but I was 10 years old, so I didn't treat it as a collectible. It stood like that tall, and it was face of a spider, 6 arms, and it was. I mean.
Yeah,
It was the best toy in my life. I could find it. I know exactly where it's
You
at.
still have it? Yeah.
I know exactly where it's at. I don't have it, but I know where it's at.
Spider-Man is all about the
bring
friends
it
you
next
made along the way because they helped him out in a time where he was at his weakest because his spider powers were going all haywire and he turned into a freaking the human arachnid.
Yeah, dude.
Which-
I'm going to have to bring it. I have to show you what he looks like.
Yeah, bring a toy. Let me post it on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And then we'll fight it in D&D.
Tyrel, did
Oh
you
my gosh.
did you have you played Assassin's Creed Origins?
Origins?
Yeah.
No, I've seen some of the stuff out of it. It looked pretty cool.
I saw it at Walmart the other day. I almost bought it. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
What?
Assassin's Creed Origins. Has anybody played that?
My nephew has. My nephew is 13 years old.
I like
And he loves the new Assassin's Creed. I don't think he
that's
even knows anything about the old
the
ones.
Viking one.
No. The new like from Origins to
Is Egypt Origins?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
My girlfriend's played it. She really
Origins,
likes it. She
Odyssey,
likes all of them.
Valhalla.
She's a big Assassin's Creed fan.
Well, see, I liked the first 1 and 2, and then whatever came after that, Revelations or whatever it was, Brotherhood. I played Brotherhood. After that, when the third game came out, I don't like the mechanics anymore. The American,
I like that one the
American
best.
Revolution.
That's the one that got me to actually play it.
I'm not gonna like.
I never beat it though.
The further along you go, the more they change the mechanics, and finally, Origins is more like Dark Souls. You actually have
Not
a
playing it.
lock-on
Yeah,
system.
won't
and all
play
that
it.
stuff when you're fighting.
I was really good at the combat in the first and second game, and I'm just not changing my ways on that.
Which one is it where you can take the sword, you throw it, and you always hit him in the head? I was like, wow, man.
I think that's two.
Ezio
Yeah,
was a baller throwing a claymore and hitting everyone square in the head.
yeah he was cool.
It's like
I beat
Hitman.
the third one.
Hitman
and
with
to be
the
honest,
suitcases.
the fact that I beat it, it's so convoluted. I don't even know how there can be one after that. I've got Black Flag too, which is fun.
Yeah, I have it, and I've never played it.
It's so fun.
Never put it in the console because I
It's
was
the
mad.
best. The best aspect of Assassin's Creed 3 is that there's ship-to-ship warfare. They made a game
Not interested. in it.
specifically about it. You're a pirate. It's great. It's wonderful. It's the best.
The sea shanties.
Yeah. The sea shanties are the best, Tyrel. Oh my gosh.
But no, I just the low key first game for me was my favorite one. I love the first game, but I didn't know if
The
I wanted to get
concept-
into the newer ones or
I
not.
always liked the concept. I don't think the movie did it any justice, though.
I forgot there was a movie until this point.
Oh, I watched. I actually
Which has
paid money to
Michael
watch it. and It was
Fassbender.
terrible.
Cavill, wasn't it?
It was not
Michael
good.
Fassbender.
Oh, Michael Fassbender.
It was not
He
a good
played the
movie.
androids on Alien, which his best role of all time. He will be forever immortalized for that.
It was not a good movie.
I still have not seen Prometheus.
Assassin's Creed.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
I still haven't seen Prometheus, and I still haven't seen Alien Covenant either.
they're good. I mean, I have them.
Wait.
If you want to borrow them,
Is that young Magneto?
yeah, it is.
I think he did great as young Magneto. Thank you very much. But he did do a really good job as the androids in Prometheus. And
Yeah.
was
Well,
good.
the thing about it is, I mean,
very crazy.
yeah. There's a lot of hardcore Alien fans who
I've
do
never
not
seen any of
like-
the aliens.
I've got the whole collection.
I
And
have all of them all the way up to Prometheus and
Haley watched them like we have
Cindy
like
wouldn't allow me to
just
watch
a few weeks until she was pregnant, and we're watching this movie about Alien. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. She's so.
Wait, did she
enthralled.
watch Alien versus Predator 2?
Haven't watched that one yet. Haven't watched that one. That's the one that we need to watch because we watched Alien vs Predator.
There's a
She
scene
thought
that-
it was ridiculous.
that I'm willing to spoil for you if you
I
don't-
know it. I've seen it.
Oh my god, that was a messed up scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I think I know what you're talking
It's the
about.
pregnant lady in Alien vs Predator 2.
Oh, don't know.
Anyway,
God of War Ragnarok just got a.
looks good.
It looks good.
Yeah, I hope everyone at home checked out the PlayStation Live event because I had one of my students message it to me in our Discord channel, and I was like, got to make sure Seth and the guys watched it. So I sent it to you guys, to all you guys. It was freaking awesome. Ragnarok was great. Did Blood Hunt? Did any of y'all see Blood Hunt? That looked freaking awesome. It's a new vampire game where you get to be different kinds of vampires. There was a Nosferatu vampire that was awesome looking.
That reminds me of this game called Vampire the Masquerade. It was a computer game in like the early 2000s. My brother had it.
VAMPYR? Or is it? No, it's not, is it?
No.
It's not.
No, there was an Xbox One game. I don't know if it was.
It's
just
it's a role playing game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's based on the role playing game. You can choose what kind of vampire you can be. Nosferatu is one of them.
What game did we play with?
One of them is like a Beastmaster vampire where you can call on wolves.
Where we had powers.
It's role playing, like RPG for sure, like legit RPG.
Did you not play that with that one guy?
I'm not sure.
That different. It's not D&D. We played.
Oh yeah, the superhero D&D game.
Yeah, but it's the same mechanics as that one.
Oh yeah. Well, we had like magic and stuff, and it was super hardcore because at any
the DM
point,
pretty much just screws with you.
Yeah, the DM is and our DM liked that, so it's just like I used my powers. Oh well,
It doesn't work.
well a Demogorgon just pops out of another dimension and now he's hunting you. Didn't expect this today. Run. Just like, well, I guess we go up the stairs to what I know is going to be the top of the building.
Kyle, why don't you enlighten us real quick?
I don't know anything. Give us a word, Kyle.
Wisconsin is a terrible state.
What about their cheese curds?
Tell us about what you did in Wisconsin.
What about their cheese curds?
Common life.
Terrible state.
They did have good cheese curds.
There we go.
That did happen. It's mostly cornfields.
Yeah.
There's no good-looking people up there.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty much it.
You definitely look worse for wear.
Hey!
He's been back for like 3 weeks.
That's a zinger!
Yeah, Wisconsin really laid it on me.
Well, we're glad you're back.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll have to tell you what happened last
When we give you the rundown, Seth made it feel like you weren't coming back.
Yeah.
I almost decided to kill your character for you.
Almost.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
He wanted to kill your character before we did.
Oh, boy.
Because any of us trying to play Rask definitely would have got you killed.
All right, Seth, sign us off.
Well, you guys need to go and check out Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull RPG! Woo!
30% off, commoners 30, all caps.
30.
And we're about to play some D&D. We'll see if Ras does survive, if anyone else does die, or will we make it to Galeport, will we not? Who knows?
Oh, another thing is, I mean, like, the episode that we're referencing in this hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll happen.
Before they listen to this.
Yeah, I know. But, like,
So you guys
just
remember,
a little message to myself in the future.
if you don't have a PS5, get one. If you have a PC, throw it away. And we're not even going to talk about Microsoft. See ya!
Oh, ouch.